My name is Meredith and I'm the GoPro mom, and I'm going to show you how to put together a time lapse using GoPro Studio, the free software that GoPro puts out for Mac and PC. So hop on over to my computer with me. Okay, let's get started creating a time lapse in GoPro Studio. I already have GoPro Studio opened up here and I have a brand new project that I'm working with. So I clicked on the blue bar on the left hand side to import my clips. And I'm going to select a whole bunch of these images. I don't have to go crazy. I guess I can just do a few and click open. And they're gonna all import into GoPro Studio. They're gonna show up on the left hand side and they're going to be all grouped together by like the time that it was shot. GoPro Studio looks at like the date and time stamp of every single photo, groups them together just as if it was, its own video clip. If you have a lot of images in your time lapse, it might take a few minutes to import them all. You have to remember that, if you shot your images at a very high resolution, I think mine are at 12 megapixels, there are some pretty big file sizes in there. Okay, so we're done importing here, and I'm going to name my project as GoPro Studio asks me to do so that it's saved. Name it whatever. So over here on the left hand side, GoPro Studio has organized my clips into 3 different time lapses over here. Okay, so I'm going to actually use my clip at the top here, which is just a time lapse taken from the back of the Disney Fantasy cruise ship from our cruise last April. So GoPro Studio tells me this is about 35 seconds long. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, okay, so it's literally just the view from the back of the ship. This is probably when we were coming into Castaway Cay. So our ship's actually turning, the back end of the ship is turning towards Castaway Cay and then it backs in. All right, so anyway, GoPro Studio has all of those pictures all sort of like linked together into one kind of video clip. So it kind of does all of the hard work for you, and that makes it really easy. Now you can treat it just like a video clip, just like I showed you in our previous videos in this series. You want to go to advanced settings and you want to select what your image size should be. I'm going to make mine 1080p because it doesn't need to be huge. And we're going to keep high quality and remove fisheye, which in this case it probably doesn't even matter because you probably can't even tell that there's fisheye. And then we're going to click OK, and then we're going to add to our conversion list. So I'm not going to go through all the steps with you on what to do next after this is done converting, because it's literally no different than using it like a regular video clip from here on out. In part 1 of this series, I showed you how to import clips into GoPro Studio, how to convert them and then add them to your timeline and then export them so that you can use them in YouTube or Facebook or do whatever you want with them. And then in video number 2 of this series, I showed you how to work with multiple clips, and we used the example of a family vacation, 1 day of vacation, and I had 45 clips from the whole day. I trimmed those up so that we got rid of the crap that's in the videos that we don't want, like when the camera is shaky or blurry or just really boring footage or something. So we trimmed our clips and then we converted them, added them to the timeline, put them in the order that I wanted, rearranged them a little bit, and then in part 3 of this series, I showed you how to add music to your movies, which makes them a lot more watchable and a little bit easier to kind of tell the story of what's going on. I showed you how to add a title and how to add transitions between your clips. And this here is video number 4, which is how to do a time lapse in GoPro Studio. So if you're interested in finishing out this series and how to get started with GoPro Studio, head on over to GoProMom.com where you can find all of the previous videos and posts for the series. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel.
So if you want to learn a little more about creating home movies that people will actually watch, then hop on over to GoProMom.com, give me your email address. I will email you every week, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks.
GoProMom.com